everyone, it's the Eccentric Stylist here, and today I'm going to be talking about why I started this gaming journal within my game dev journey. Before I dive into my reasoning, I just wanted to give a major shout out to Dinaga, aka the Lifespace Traveler. I went ahead and linked their Instagram along with their Steam game in the description. Growing up, I faced the typical pressures of a high school kid, someone who has a lot of tests, homework, and AP classes, and it got to be quite a lot. So what I found really useful for me was actually journaling. I felt that journaling was a way to get my thoughts and feelings out. Whenever I was stressed out, I would write in my journal, but of course I would write my happy moments in my journal as well. And I feel like by having a journal, I was able to chart out and kind of materialize my feelings and my thoughts onto paper. And personally, I do feel like this really helped because I wouldn't necessarily feel overwhelmed by my emotions or just anything that is staying on my mind for too long. So in other words, journaling pretty much reduced the burden I was imposing on myself. And while I'm really glad that high school is over for me, I'm also really grateful that it happened. That was a time where I was transitioning from childhood to adulthood, like all teenagers. But I also feel like it was a great time to figure out what works best for me in high-stress situations, especially in terms of workflow and just managing time, and pretty much just navigating personal boundaries in terms of work and when to actually take a break. Now, tying this into game dev, I feel like this is also a major point in my life where I'm starting something entirely new. And I really want to chart out my thoughts and my feelings just to see, hey, maybe this is something I really enjoy, or hey, maybe going forward I can try to improve upon this. I feel like it's just a nice way to look back and see what you've done and things that you can do going forward. And in addition to that, for a while I've been meaning to actually create devlog videos where I explicitly read off my updates and show pictures of them. Right now, I feel like a lot of my progress videos are in the background of other devlog videos, so I was thinking for every month I will likely have a video at the end of it where I pretty much just read off journal entries and show pictures of the updates that I've made. So if you're interested in the behind the scenes of my game, definitely keep your eyes peeled. And lastly, like with a lot of journals, I feel like it's a great way to keep myself accountable in terms of what I did and what I need to do. So in other words, I feel like this has actually helped me chart out a general plan of where I want to go with my game. And just tying this from earlier, I also feel like it's a great way to see how much progress I have made, especially when I'm feeling downtrodden by the fact that all my art right now is just circles and squares. So it's kind of nice to look back at my journal and realize how much functional progress I'm making, even though it's not necessarily visible to the eye. So with that being said, I do feel like journaling from a video game is something that I will keep long term, and hopefully I'll be able to do some entry reading in the near future. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the reasons why I have a game dev journal. With that being said, thank you so much for listening and hope to see you in my next video. Take care!